Stampers and crafters and friends. It's good to have you here today. My name is Kevon and my website is ktstamps.com, and I love creating cards for you. So today is Hump Day, and Hump Day is all about sketches, but I'm kind of changing it up just a little bit today. My number one change that we are doing is that we are making 4 cards with 1 stamp. These are the cards we're doing, so I just thought that it is time for us to have fun and to create some different cards. And instead of having a sketch that we are doing all the different sizes of cards, with the exception of international, Great Britain, across the water. We are not doing anything like that. These are all just the American cards. So my camera keeps going in and out, and I'm really sorry if this gets a little bit blurry, but we're just going to hang with it. So we're going to start off with our first card that is, depending on how you look at it, it's still 3 by 6 scored at 3. And these are classified as mini notes, or they are gift card tags or gift tags. So the stamp set we are playing with today is called Best Catch. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do is support everybody out there that has yang energy, who does not always get celebrated with Mother's Day and Father's Day, but this is Yang Day, and I felt like I've already really supported the Yin Day. So we're doing this, and we are also using the die cuts that are called Catch of the Day. All right, so those are the things that we are using. Because I live in Seattle, to me this looks like a salmon. If I lived in Montana, it would look to me like it was a trout, a rainbow trout. So depending on where you come from, I'll let you label the fish however you want. Our first little card that we will be doing is our little gift card. And this is just a card that says for you. It is done in basic black, Tahitian Tide, and our Whisper White. It also has, it's been Versamarked, and then black embossing powder on this. Hold on a minute. Let me get it out. This is called Holographic Trio. And as I open it, you are going to see our first piece that I used in everything today. And this ends up having a silver tint with a lot of rainbow. So that's one of the first colors. The other colors that are available are this beautiful purple. Love it. Those of you who know me know that I am just a purple fanatic. And then we have a real bland silver, or, holographic color. One that has design in it and one that's just flat. So this is just really awesome. I am so glad that I can share this with you. And this is in our current catalog. The stamp set, Best Catch, sorry, it is retired. And what we're using today, I really don't have any stamp set that is yang energy, so I just decided to get out one of my favorite stamp sets, which is Best Catch. So we're just going to start with from the very beginning, and our first thing we're going to do is get our for you, but this one says for you, Dad. So all I'm going to do is take my paper and come across this far enough so I don't get any comma and I don't get any dad. And then we are taking our Memento ink and we are just going to ink this up. And it's okay if you get it on the paper. Make sure you have a garbage can pretty close. And then we are just going to put in the right-hand corner for you. And it looks like it's a stamp that just is for you. And then one of the things that I really like about this stamp set is that the dies have the fins that can come up just a little bit to really make it look like the fish is on a hook and it's really giving you a hard time to try to get into the boat, come to the boat. So we are also going to support that. We're going to take just our little dimensionals and we are going to put those on the fin. All right, and then that's going to pop that up. And as we take these off, we're going to glue everything else down. All right, and our glue is just going to be with our mono. And sorry, this is, because this is a silicone pad, this is stuck to this area. And I still forgot, even though I have a project that I did, I forgot that I had this. So we're going to take this off. We're going to put this right down. And we're going to see how it's lifted on the side. All right, so that gives us a look like it is really fighting to get in the boat. And I have to tell you, I love fishing. Love fishing. I do not do catch and release because I love fish so much that I just really enjoy eating them. And I take pleasure and bless them anytime I eat fish. So if you got gifts, this will make a beautiful gift card. And then you also, you can see I have this on the inside of my card to make sure, because I have so many cards, that you can write on it. There's a little bit of black. Just know that you got a good fish. Okay, so that's our first card that we are doing. So we have a couple of cards ready for gifts. So now our next card is a note card. And our note card is 7 by 5, scored at 3.5. All right, and it looks like this. And then you just fold it in half. So what I did with that is that I just made something on the outside so I could use blends and markers, and I'm going to let you decide what you would like, looking like there's bubbles and seeing the hook at the top. Now I did this one a little bit different because I got a chance to think about, what do fish like? They love things that are shiny. So that's what I added, just a little bit of shine up here. So we are going to take this, and we are going to bring just in some markers, because I couldn't decide whether it was going to be a rainbow or a salmon. So I just kind of had lots of different colors I wanted to add. As you know about our markers, okay, they are water-based, and because this is embossed, it has Versamark, and then I did silver embossing on top. The markers will work well. There is a fine point and there is a wide felt point. So we're going to use the felt point, and this is just a little bit of the copper, and I just wanted to bring that out just a little bit because there are lots of fish in that water that are nice and coppery and fun. And now I'm just getting things that just totally, you know, bring out colors in fish. And mind you, I just played. That's all I did. So find your artistry inside that you have and just play, knowing that all you're doing is brushing color on top onto this beautiful note card that you can send to someone. And this is just really fun. Oh, I used to spend so many hours in Montana fishing, and because we had so much rainbow trout, we would just put a marshmallow on the end of our rod, and we'd just catch fish like crazy, and it was always rainbow trout. It was in Lincoln, Montana. And boy, I tell you, it was so much fun spending time with my cousins up there. And they had this beautiful home, A-frame home. And that's where we spent our time on our vacations. And we just loved it. It was just fun. And it was really fun just to see how their house changed, because when they first bought it, it was just an A-frame. That's it. We didn't even have a workable bathroom, and there were a lot of us staying in it. And then all of a sudden they just worked on it every time they got a chance, and boy, it was so much fun to be involved with. And every year I look forward just to seeing what they did. All right, so that's my fish. And now I think I'm going to add just a little bit of blends on it. Now with this, I really want to, again, we have a fine line and a flare line. And this is just something I wanted to add just so you could see how the colors mixed. And one of the things that I would do afterwards is that I would make sure that this is totally dry. I am not going to use the heating tool on it right now, but I just want you to know that this may come off, because this is alcohol based. And I'm just going to color around here even though it's pretty beautiful as it is. All right, and colors that I am using. The blends, I just went with the dark Tahitian Tide and dark Cherry Cobbler. So those are the two that I used for the hook. And then on the fish itself, I did Crumb Cake and Old Olive, some Pumpkin Pie, some soft suede, some copper clay, and some petal pink. So that's what I used. So those are just fun colors that you can add. You can see that it's different than what I did here. So now I'm going to bring some colors in, and again, like I said, it may smear. So just know that it could happen. Okay, it looks like we're okay. So now I'm going to bring in my Balmy Blue and my Stampin' blend, or in my Stampin' brush. And then I'm just going to do some blue so it looks like the fish is going through some water. I'll add darker. As I go along. But I just want it to look like they're in some water with some white spots, which are a little bit on the bubble side. Just something that looks like the fish is going after that hook, because the hook looks so beautiful. All right, getting everything out of the way. So here is our 5 by 7. And all we're going to do is fold it in half and give it a nice crease. Oh, before I do anything else, I gotta finish it. Forgot. All right, I gotta bring out those bubbles. And here's my Memento. All right, and again, I did this in odd numbers, so it really made your eye move up like they were swimming up from the bottom. All right, where is that? My cards do better when they're on the silicone pad, and I can start them too. And again, this is my Stampin' seal. There you go, there's the front. And then on this, as we open on the inside, it's your day. And then we have the fishing box. Okay, and the words. The words will be in early Espresso. And then the fishing gear fishing kit will be in Crumb Cake. I inked it from the last time. You can see the difference in the inking. All right, so now all we're going to do is put this on the inside, and we got card number 2 done. And I think this is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. I think that is the size. So this is card number 2. And here is our card that we did. And this, I just stamped it in Pebble Path, but I really didn't like the two colors, so I just changed it a little bit. All right, our next one then is our 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this one, I really wanted something that I could create with somebody being in the water. So that's exactly what I did. And I don't always believe that just men are fishermen. I believe that women love to fish too. So this goes along with the stamp, but I wanted to just add it. So this is from our paper pumpkin for this month. So I just changed it and gave it the front part of our card. So again, we're going to fold this in half. And thanks for being with me today, you guys. I really appreciate it. You just bring joy to my heart, and taping just brings joy to my heart. I know one day I am going to have a fan base, and we are going to just rock out and have a great time. So I am using Pebble Path on this. And I also did, I embossed this with the silver powder. So the first thing that I did is I just got a long stamp so I could stamp it up. Tried to get it back just a little bit so you could see him fly fishing. And then I added It's Your Day somewhere. There it is. I knew I should have something to clean my stamps with. All right, and also in Pebble Path, we are stamping It's Your Day, just right up in the clouds. Love this. Oh, I think nope. I don't think there's anything else. Yes. And then this is going to go on the front. And I want to make sure I can open it. Yep. And I really didn't want to add any layers to this because it already just had so much going on in the front. I really enjoyed that. And then what I did for this one is that I brought out my water painters. And again, these are old because I could not find anything new. I'm having an issue with myself. With the old stamp pads, if you press, then they will give you some spots that you can add water to, and then you can color the middle with. And I just have Pool Party, Costa Cabana, and then I am doing some Night of Navy. So that's what I'm going to do my fish in this one. And I want to have something that I can wipe this on because this looks like it's a pretty wet one. And again, this is just showing you how you can use all the different elements for coloring. And this, I just dip it in, and this is wet enough that I don't have to add a lot of water to what's going on in in the lid. And if you have one of the new pads, just add some re-inker. That's one of the best things to do. Add a little bit of re-inker to it. Now I don't want to get this in the darkest. I just want it to be blue enough that it kind of matches the colors that I am using right now. There we go. Doesn't that look beautiful? Just a lot of fun to spend some time painting, coloring, water painting. I did not do a very good job when I was in high school. My art teacher was so wonderful that she drew more things for me than I had to draw myself. So I have always appreciated the fact that anybody who can create some of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. Again, all I do is put this back on top. Shut all my ink pads so I don't, I'm doing pretty good without getting everything all over the place. There you go. And I just left this because I just thought, whether you want it to be a birthday card, a specific card, a thinking of you card, and I want to go fishing soon, please card, then you have that. So this again is just ran out of tape. Now this is when you can take the time to clean off all the little boogers that are on the tape dispenser. Throw that away, and then get out your other one, your next one. And I have to say, these are so easy. And here we go. We're just going to take the big, the small, lay it down, and put the other on top. There we go. And then we are going to find our card and put this back in the card. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is please make sure that you don't send these cards in naked envelopes. Make sure that you have something coordinating, whether it is designer series paper, which we have on sale until the end of this month, or whether you just put a fisherman, a fish, a thinking of you, something along that line. But that's what you want. And everybody always loves getting cards that have something on the outside because it gets you ready for something pretty special. So our last card that we are going to make is a slimline card. It is 8.5 by 7, and it's scored at 3 1/2. So on this one, I kind of went a little bit wild. I did this where he's kind of upwards and everything you need, you know, the fish, the hook, and of course the hat. And it says, "You're the best catch ever." And then on the inside I have, "It's your day." And I die cut the hook out in Espresso, early Espresso, and I wish I would have done it in silver, either do the Versamark in the silver, or you know, the the paper, the holographic paper. That would have been beautiful. But then I just added some different salmon here, some colors that match. This is smoky slate and pink, petal pink. And this is just for different types of fish, okay? Because you do have different types of fish that have different meat on the inside. All right, this is early espresso. And all I'm doing is kind of squaring it up, giving it just a little crease, then adding another big old crease to it. Then my next layer is crumb cake. Oh boy. I have to put it down low enough so I can get one of the images to be on top of that mark. All right, so here we go. I'm going to move this out of the way in case there is images. And this is very vanilla. And you guys can get all the dimensions, okay, in the videotape at the bottom, where you're going to subscribe. So if you get the opportunity to subscribe, please do so. I would love to have you on my list. And again, if you don't have, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I am excited to help you out, to be one of your demonstrators. If you'd like to place an order, I'm here for you. Please let me know. I'll help you the best I can. And if you'd like to be on my newsletter, please let me know. And you can go to my blog, and on the right hand side there is a link that can set you up for being on, receiving my newsletter. I don't send lots of newsletters, but I try to make sure that I can send information that will at least keep you up to date on what is going on in the Stampin' Up! World and also in my world. And so everyone, you're supposed to do this before you put this down. All right? So while I'm doing that, I'm going to just do It's Your Day on the inside of this so that I don't make the same mistake. Because if you do make a mistake, then you can always turn it over and you have two sides. So as crafters, we always try to make sure we have two sides to our cards. All right, so from here we are going to attach all of these. These are 2 by 2, and then and they're cut 3 of them. These are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. All of these will be put on with dimensionals. And you guys were getting down to the end. Oh my God, this is so much fun. Next time we are doing colors. So the cards that we make will be done by colors. And I'm going to show you how this works. I think I cut that one a little bit wrong. Let me see. No. That's right. I'll put it at the top. All right, so now all I'm going to do is kind of layer these. Let me see if I can layer them too. There we go. I'm trying to layer this, so I got this boo-boo that I made on my side. So I'm trying to get it down low enough so I can hide it. So now this is stamped in Memento and die cut. And I have my dimensionals right here. And all I'm going to do is put one on this. And I don't think I have put these down yet. So I'm just trying to manipulate this. So there we go. So it lays down. And then I can just put my hat in there. And then from here, I can't make up my mind on how I want this to be. There we go. And I have my little hook over here. I am just going to bring this in and give it some color. I have my cherry cobbler out again. And just adding a little bit of cherry cobbler to this. I'm going to mix things. I'm going to add the copper, the copper clay here. Give it just a little bit of shine. And then, oh, let's go pink. Yeah, baby. And then one thing that I didn't do on the other side is that I am going to take some Wink of Stella. And I am just going to color in some Wink of Stella. Let it shine. And I'm going down the bottom just so it looks beautiful. There we go. We're going to turn this over, add a dimensional or two. Nope, it's only going to be one. And then we're going to stick this on. There we go. And then we have this beautiful salmon again. Love the salmon. Oh, it's one of my favorite fish meals. Oh. We go out to a steakhouse and I order salmon. Oh, love it. All right. So we have that. We're bringing back in our liquid glue. This is Tombow liquid glue. And I just rub it here just so it lays down and everything gets a chance to adhere. Isn't this sweet? I love this. I don't know if I took, sorry if I took the paper off. Nope, didn't. Okay, now I got it. There we go. You can lay these a little better than I have. That spot bothered me, so I had that. Isn't that awesome? I want to see what a little bit of Wink Costello would do to this. I don't know if it's going to stay or not. I thought maybe it might just give it a little bit of sparkle. No, not really. But I love the way it shines. Awesome, awesome. All right, so from here then, we are just going to attach this and my little fishies. Oh, my fishies, they're so sweet. Okay. Gave it a little bit of glue. And now we're going to add it just as a hook. And I don't know if you guys know about these little dimensionals. Oh my God. I had one in my car the other day and I'm like, really? I have one in my car. Where did you come from? How did I carry you inside my car? But anyway, pretty amazing. So now we are just going to add these to the bottom. And all I'm doing is just putting some tape on it, and now I'm going to add just a couple of dimensionals. Let me see if that one works. Yep, it does. And this is like all the catches that you had that day. So this was fun, fun, fun to do. Yes. And so I am just letting everybody know how much fun. Let me see if I can get this. I want this to be in a different place. Maybe I'm going to hang it over. Nope. I'm just going to stick it here. And I have one more little fishy that I'm going to add. And as you can see, we're almost done. There we go. All right. So from here, all I'm going to do is put this on the inside of my card. And we are done. Here is our slim line. Then we have our standard card. There you go, so you can at least see that. And then we have our note card. Oh, let me bring it down here just a little bit. There you go. And then we have our gift card. And so these are the cards that we have today. And it has been so much fun. I love this. And I got a little bit carried away with these. So then what I wanted to do was thinking of it almost being strawberry season here. Here's my little gift card that I did in strawberries. Put it on the side so you have a little more room to write. And here is a hello that I had. They're so sweet. This is just kind of wild and crazy with just a piece of paper on the inside. And then this is my, slim line with just a little bit of saying right here in the middle, little B on the other side with a whole bunch of little flowers here. These are the pearlized liquids things that we have. I'm sorry, I can't remember what the name is. So anyway, those are the other cards that I have. All right, so I just tried to do a little bit of everything. So we have all those, and then we have these. So those are my fun cards that I made. Now, on my blog, I should have these wonderful little, they're all the colors, and I put the main color on the back side, but they give you what they would go best with and coordinate with. And next time I'm closing my eyes right now, I'm mixing them up because we are going to do a color from this, and it seems like I do. I have Shaded Spruce, so we're going to do Shaded Spruce, Coastal Cabana, and Flirty Flamingo. Those are going to be the colors that we have going to make a card out of for next week. So, oh my God, this is going to test me just a little bit. But you guys, thank you for being with me. Thank you for hanging out. I hope that you guys have a great day. Tomorrow is my Throw the Dice Thursday, so please join me for that. And otherwise, again, I'm Kevon. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. You can find me at ktstamps, and I love creating cards for you. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.